Hi, this is Miranda from My Crafty Life and welcome back to the Crafty Maven Getaway. I am going to be doing Art Party. So I got out 3 different colors from Close to My Heart, and all of the products that I will be using is from Close to My Heart, just to let you know. I use the I Heart collection. And I decided that every time that I make a design team, I have a traveler's notebook and I always do the photograph of announcing, and then I just put down the date and all that kind of stuff in my traveler's notebook just to kind of keep track of what I've done and all of that. Well, for some odd reason, I never did this one for the Crafty Maven for the autumn winter back when it got announced. And so I just decided, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do that now. And honestly, I am kind of bored, I don't want to say bored, but I'm kind of bored or sick and tired of doing 12 by 12s, if you know what I mean, because I just came off of, if you follow my personal channel, you'll know that I just did 31 days worth of videos because I did it for Scrap Madness. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a bunch of 12 by 12s or a bunch of traveler's notebooks instead. So what I decided to do is that I got out this stencil, and this stencil is from their Crafters Workshop, I think is what it's called. And I have tons of these little, I don't know what you want to call, sponge tools or whatever. And I have not used these 3 colors with this yet. So I got out all of that and getting ready, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mix match them in, and then the purple is going to look like coffee rings because I have a stencil that I will pull out that is coffee. And this is more of a drier art party or drier mixed media because I don't get anything really wet. Like, this is a stamp, but the stamp isn't really like wet like you would think mixed media. And it makes it a little bit easier that if you are new to mixed media or you feel like you want to just dabble into mixed media, this would probably be a good way to do it. I would strongly suggest to just get a couple of stencils and some of the ink pads that you probably already have because you've stamped or whatever. Get a couple of these sponge brushes. I know that these here are from Ranger, and you can get them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, wherever that sells Ranger products. Or even the off brand, if you want to call it that. Hobby Lobby and Michael's have that. If you're around that area, you could get a sponge and do the same effect that I'm doing, and it just makes it easy. And then if it's, you know, if you're not wanting the warping or the, you know, the thickness of it, or not quite sure what you want to do, this would be a good starting point. And I just, you know, it's fine to do it in a traveler's notebook. You can do this exact same setup that I'm doing for your 12 by 12s, your 8.5 by 11s. You could do this on a card. You could do just about anything, and you can do a lot with it. You can even add a little bit of, I have baby's breath that I'm thinking about it now afterwards that I could have probably added it to that, and that's from Shimmers, that you could add just a little bit of sparkle to this layout, and it still wouldn't quite warp it wouldn't like warp it as bad because you're just spraying a little bit on there because the ink dries quick and it's like a flat surface. It doesn't make it so wet. And there you go. Now I just added a pink and purple, and I just added the colors. I just wanted a little bit of something different in there. And I do know that most of this gets covered up, and I'm fine with it. I just wanted to dabble and then get the photo on there and leave whatever shows. And I took a deeper color. So when you decide to do layering of mixed media, make sure that, especially with the stencils and or what I am doing, make sure the cover or like your second layer of stamping or what I am doing with the stencils is a darker color. Otherwise, you're not gonna see it. And kind of, you know, and just make sure that you put it on there, and then you're pretty much done. And I just placed the photos back on there to kind of look at it and see what I kind of see what it's like, and I don't mind that some of this got covered up. I'm fine with that. And I knew it was going to. I just like doing it. So I got out, I accidentally made a boo-boo. I was going to put tartar down, and I grabbed the Oh Fudge. And the Oh Fudge is a brown color instead of black. So, but it's okay because a lot of this does get covered up, but I didn't realize that until I started dabbing like what I'm doing here to get it a little bit smudgy, but to get off the excess so that it didn't quite bend, because the Traveler notebook that I am using here is not a mixed media notebook, and that's the reason why I went this route for mixed media. So you can still do mixed media on those lighter thin Traveler notebooks, and you just have to watch it. Unfortunately, when I opened up the layer to this particular you know, like the next page of it, it did bleed through, but that's okay. I don't mind. I'll just put another layer, like I'll put 2 papers together and call it a day. Now, it's pretty much, now I'm embellishment time. I am working on just placing little bits of embellishments down. While you're watching that, make sure that you go check out the Facebook group. We would love to have you, and to also like and subscribe to this channel. We do have quite a bit of content almost on a daily basis on this channel, and it's absolutely wonderful. The ladies are very talented. As you can tell, there is a ton of us, so you're going to get a ton of different styles of layering, styles of scrapbooking, whatever you want to call it, you will find it here on this channel. And we have themes that we follow on a daily basis, or almost daily basis, when we do post on here. So everybody does something different for it. I tend to like to do the sketching or the mixed media just because I have a different style for both of them. I tend to do a lot of layering and that kind of stuff. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Didn't mean to yawn. It's been a day. But other than that, I'm just kind of finishing up. I'm placing a little bit of hearts and some stickers and some die cuts. So Close to My Heart, if you didn't know, Close to My Heart does come out with like collections for scrapbooking, and I matched up the colors to this I Heart. So the one where you see the love, it's their die cuts, which is a thinner like chipboard, but without the thickness to it. And then the other one where you see the little bit of hearts down on the bottom there, it is stickers. And I love how they come out with those different things. And now I'm just placing a little bit of different colors down there, little bits of things, and then that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna leave you with those. Make sure that you like and subscribe. All of my social media is down below if you would like to see more than just the stuff that I post here on the Crafty Maven Getaways channel. Other than that, we will talk to you soon. Bye!